Hi, third grade friends. It's Mr. Lake from McEachern Elementary. Today in social studies, we're going to do a review and look at our mapping skills. We're going to review the types of maps you may have learned at the beginning of the year, and then also connect that and look at a Kansas map. And then your assignment today will be looking to see if you can follow cardinal directions. If you'll follow along, I'll read our intention and how you'll be successful today. We are reviewing types of maps so that we can explain the differences of information being presented on a map. You will be successful when you can identify different types of maps by its characteristics and describe the location of continents on a world map. Again, I know that you might have done this with your third grade teacher, but this is a fun way to review what you have learned this year about maps. To start today, I would like to show you a story and have you listen to Me on the Map. It is one of my favorite stories, and it's kind of relatable to us here in Topeka, Kansas. I'll see if you can figure it out.
Sweeney, illustrated by Annette Cable. This is me. This is me in my room. This is a map of my room. And this is me on the map of my room. This is my house. This is a map of my house. And this is my room on the map of my house. This is my street. This is a map of my street. This is my house on the map of my street. This is my town. This is a map of my town. And this is my street on the map of my town. This is my state. This is a map of my state. And this is my town on the map of my state. This is my country, the United States of America. This is a map of my country. And this is my state on the map of my country. This is my world. It is called Earth. It looks like a giant ball. If you could unroll the world and make it flat, it would look something like this map of the world. This is my country on the map of the world. So, here's how I find my special place on the map of the world. First, I look at the map of the world and find my country. Then I look at the map of my country and find my state. Then I look at the map of my state and find my town. Then I look at the map of my town and find my street. And on my street, I find my house. And in my house, I find my room. And in my room, I find me. Just think. In rooms, in houses, on streets, in towns, in countries all over the world, everybody has their own special place on the map. Just like me. Just like me on the map. The end.
I hope you enjoyed that story. Did you notice where she was from? Yes, she is from Kansas. I don't know if she was from Topeka, but she did show the capital, so I was wondering, maybe she was from Topeka, Kansas. I know that you've probably heard that story, probably in first grade or second grade, or even at the beginning of third grade, but it's a good way to kind of relate to where you are on the map. Just like she said at the end, you can find yourself in the world on a map. So this first map that we're going to review is a physical map. A physical map is a map that shows the location of physical features. You're probably thinking, what are physical features? Physical features are things like rivers, landforms, like mountains, resources, other things that can be found within that on that map in that area. So if we look at this map, the blue lines here represent what? That's right, water or bodies of water or rivers. Look right here. Here's this big landmass, and right in the middle is these blue patches. What might those be? No, not the oceans. But what about lakes of water? These are the Great Lakes here on the North American continent. Over here, we do see oceans that surround. Here is a political map. A political map is a map that shows boundaries of cities, states, and countries. You are probably more familiar with this type of map in third grade. What country does this map show? That's right, the United States. And within our country, there are 48 states that are connected on this one landmass. And then on the map, it shows Alaska, which is up in the northwestern part of North America, and then the Hawaiian Islands, which is out in the South Pacific Ocean. If you notice, you can tell the shape of each shape by its boundary lines. That is what makes this a political map. And if you remember over here, this is called our legend. And in the legend, it shows us what symbols mean on the map. For instance, this star, and I see 48 stars on this political map, it shows where the capital city is for each state. Here's Kansas. There's Topeka. Now you know where you are on the map. Let's look to learn. Let's see what you remember. Here's a map of Kansas. What type of map is this? That's right, it's a political map. And how did you know? That's right. It has boundary lines of our counties, and our counties are smaller than the state, but the little areas where people live within the state. Here we are right here. This is Shawnee County. This is where Topeka is. In Kansas, there are 105 counties. You can count them if you'd like to pause the video. Here is another map of Kansas. What type of map is this? Now I'm wondering, I'm looking, there's blue lines, there's kind of the greeny area, which generally means more grassy land, and this brown area kind of raised a little bit, might be a little bit of hills, kind of brownish, dry, and then it has names of mountains or hills. That's right, it's a physical map of Kansas. Why might you want to use a physical map instead of a political map? I wonder that too. I wonder if I was looking for a specific, say, mountain range in Kansas or a hill in Kansas, this would be the perfect map to use. Now, this is a type of map that most of us are really familiar with, especially in third grade. It's called a world map. And our world map's kind of like what she shared in the book. If you opened up the globe and you laid it flat, it would look just like this. So what continent do we live on? That's right. We live right here in North America. And North America has 3 countries connected: Mexico, United States, Canada, and we cannot forget Central America right through here, which has about 15 countries. Okay? But then there's South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia, Antarctica, What are these land masses called? That's right. These are the continents, the large land masses in the world. Remember, there are 7 of them. On the website, I have a fun video for you to help you remember the 7 continents. Check it out. Now, looking at this world map, how many oceans are in the world? That's right, there's 5. The Pacific Ocean, which if we connected it like the globe, it goes on both sides of North America and Asia. We have the Atlantic Ocean right through the middle between North America and Europe. We have the Indian Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, and then right down around Antarctica is what's known as the Southern Ocean. So I hope you had fun today reviewing. So let's review our intention. We are reviewing types of maps so that we can explain the differences of information being presented on a map. I think you were able to do that. Were you able to identify the physical features on the Kansas map? Were you able to identify the boundary lines on the political map of Kansas? Yes. Your assignment will determine if you can describe the location of continents on a world map. Now, with your assignment, I want you to pay close attention to the compass rose. Remember, the compass rose tells us the direction that we are going. So we have the north, the south, the east, the west. So if I was looking at North America, I could say North America is west of Europe. So your assignment, you will be filling in the blanks with the direction where the continents are from one another. And then you're going to read a fun poem, Geese on the Go. And on the poem, you're going to highlight the directional words: north, south, east, west. Make sure to share a copy with your teacher so they can see the wonderful work that you've done reviewing maps. Until next week, have a great week.